Ze Masha Omar. And because it refers to the encompassing light, its light is great and truly immense. Bechinas Ein Sof. Ein Sof Hu HaKol Yachol. The Ein Sof could do anything. Kein L'Keiche Sof B'Tachlis L'Bar Habarim. But there is no limit or end to his power to create, to bring about refinement. Ba'tov min hara, and to bring good away from the bad. Im kain, yachal lashanas gam kain, harago roish rikiyate. Accordingly, the Ein Sof can also bring about a foot into a head, do anything. Kikameh kachashivik era, for before him, darkness is like light. V'gam cheshech lo yachshech, and darkness does not darken his vision. Yihapchu la'era, so you could transform it into light. Shara nasatov, that even bad can be turned into good. V'zeh soid mishama l'shemen v'yadlik yemer l'chemet v'yadlik. This is the actual meaning implied when it says, let he who said that oil shall burn say that vinegar shall burn. Chen kasuv ha'ifche hatzur agam mayim. It also says, you transform the stone into a pond of water. Kamashal atinai kaneskalel. Like we mentioned about a child. That's still a drop within the room. Shizan nasan by Hashem. Kayach sheyichalek menatifa. Ramachevar shasagidim. Because God will grant that there's a power to be divided into 365 sinews and 248 limbs. Tzir Kaimer Rosh Regel, in the form of a body with a head and feet. Ine Moishin Nasan Bakayach Me'ite Lechelek Niskalael, just as he granted it the potential to be divided into one way. Therefore, it has the potential to be made a foot into a head. And also a similar potential exists regarding the power of growth in this earth. Behem Sirifi Isis Mimer Tad Sheha'aretz, that stems from the permutations of the divine utterance, let the earth sprout forth vegetation. Shehem Nitzavim, Baimdim Bartamed, that these letters are continually present within the earth at all times. Moshe Kasa Bilakute Amarim Chilak Beis Kashem Baal Shem Tov Zichrona Lebracha. Like it says in the name of the Baal Shem Tov. The Chilak Min Hagrin Nizraba. The power to set apart from the seed sowed within it, the Piyayafa, for a good fruit. Just as it can be made possible that there is a good fruit, there can also become the opposite. Shemaraglin royit samchu peres teven malam kiyadua. And thus desirable and beneficial fruit may go from a bad seed, as is well known. This is what it says, what it means. He who spoke and thus drew down the pattern of the letters that gave oil the tendency to burn. Harehu Yachalaimar, he can say, that means to draw down the pattern of the letters. That will give vinegar the power to burn. Who in all this, because this world is not refined yet. And the infinite light of Sev Kol Almin that brings about refinement within it, as explained. Masha'in Kain Belam Haba Shekavar Ebrer. However, the world to come by contrast is already refined. The analogy, it can be like a child who has already grown up. Also like an apple which has already grown. Which only has a limited amount of energy to maintain its existence. However, the divine energy that made its form has already departed from it. Therefore, it can no longer be turned into a foot into a head. And that's how we said that the world to come stems from the level of Mamalei Kol Almin, Shekvar Nirvar, which has already been refined. Nikra Olam Bar is called the refined world. Kihuma Shekvar Nesaken Ayide Shema. It has already been corrected through the meaning of the name Ma. And since it has already been corrected, the relation of godliness is already within it. Nevertheless, this revelation is just a radiance and a ray. That is through Gevura and Tzimtzum.